Hey guys, welcome to Mrs. Kraut's Classroom. Today, we're talking about narrators and the narration style of a text. So there are 4 different points of view that a text can be written from. First, you have first person. First person uses the pronoun I. So our narrator is the protagonist in the story, okay? So you're going to see the protagonist, from their point of view, travel throughout the story and make their way through all their conflicts and their challenges, and the entire time you're going to be able to see how they feel about that specific circumstance or other people in the story. They're not the most reliable narrators because they are human and they're actual protagonists in the story, so how they feel about other characters is what we're going to see, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that is how that character truly is, because we all have a little bit of bias when it comes to our feelings and emotions when interacting with other people. So keep that in mind when you're reading something from first person narration. The next type of narration style is second person. This is really familiar for people who like to play video games, because most video games are what you call first-person shooter, but that means that you are the protagonist in the video game. So as a second-person point of view, we are using the word you. So it's written like you wake up and go downstairs and you walk into the store and see the dead body laying on the ground, okay? So by being written like that, it's actually making it really intense for the reader, because it's not about some outside character, some other person. It's you, it's yourself. There's not as many books written like this because it's an awkward way of writing and reading, but it's super intimate and exciting when you get it right. One book that you can check out if you want a good example of this is going to be Bright Lights, Big City. The next narration style is third person omniscient. Omniscient is a big fancy word that means godlike. So the god of our story is the narrator, not a character. Third person uses pronouns like his or her and their. So the narrator is not a character in the story. They're somewhere outside, above and away from the action of the story. And they know everything. They can tell us how all the characters feel about a situation going on. They can tell us what everyone is doing at any given time, no matter where other characters are in relation. And a lot of times, this kind of narration style is going to jump from one character's point of view to another, not in a first, second point of view way, but in a, we're going to read a couple chapters about what Sally's doing, and then we're going to read a couple chapters about what Jacob's is doing, and it's always going to stay third person. This is really popular, especially a long time ago. This was one of the most popular ways to write. A good example of these is going to be The Scarlet Letter or The Count of Monte Cristo. And then the last narration style is going to be third person limited. So they're limited, they're not godlike, they're not omniscient. They're limited to one or two characters' point of view. But they're not that character. So they're outside the character, but they only know the thoughts and feelings of that one character. A good example of this is Harry Potter. Through the Harry Potter series, we see Harry Potter grow up from a small child to a young adult. And through the entire story, the book primarily stays in Harry Potter's realm of knowledge. So we only know what Harry Potter knows as we're moving through the story. But it is not written from an I perspective. It's not ever written like Harry is the narrator. The narrator's always somewhere outside of Harry, but we only know Harry's thoughts. So I hope that this helped you kind of clear up a little bit about what different narration styles there are. Again, there are 4 narration styles. Only 3 numbers are used. So we've got first person, second person, third person omniscient or godlike, and third person limited. If you liked this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We have other lessons coming out weekly. Check us out on Fridays if you want more to learn.